Welcome to the Late Night Show with Rachel Bray, the Crucible edition. Tonight we have some special guests from the Salem Witch Trials, and we're going to get what they have to say about all of it. So with me I have Reverend Hale. So what was your first reaction whenever you got to Salem?
Well, I was pretty intrigued and wanted to get to the bottom of things. Wanted to figure out what was happening and wanted to find out the truth behind the stories.
So how do you feel about the rumor of witchcraft in Salem?
I thought the rumors were a little absurd, but was interested in what was going on. I came to help sort things out and figure out who was telling the truth and who isn't.
Is your house looking a little cold? Looking to add some life to your place? Try adding some flowers from sweet stems. They'll make your house feel even more like home. They'll for sure warm things up. Call 1-800-FLOWERS to get you pretty flowers like this.
Okay, so Abigail Williams, John Proctor, and his wife Elizabeth Proctor have now joined me. So, Abigail, why did you drink blood to try and kill Elizabeth?
Well, my love for John is so inevitable, and it was my destiny to be with him, even if that meant killing his wife. Then so be it. I would do anything to be with him.
Oh, well, isn't that just sweet? So, John, how do you feel that Abigail drank blood trying to kill your wife?
Well, first, I think Abigail's crazy, and I made a mistake of being with her. Abigail took things out of hand. I do not love her, although I misled her. She is completely insane.
That's a little harsh. So, Elizabeth, what do you think about Abigail just dancing in the woods, drinking blood, trying to kill you?
Although John misled Abigail in making her think they had something together, she had no right to do something so absurd and insane in an attempt to kill me.
So is there like a little bit of hurt feelings between all of you?
It's a pretty rocky surface right now. I do say so myself.
So Hale, what do you think about the girls dancing in the woods and Abigail drinking blood?
I think it's very idiotic of them. Abigail is the Reverend's niece and Betty is his daughter, so they should know better. Their actions make me question their faith, especially Abigail's.
Okay. So, Elizabeth, what's your opinion on Abigail?
I think Abigail's a very young girl who doesn't know what to do. I'm not very fond of her and do not trust her. She's confused and doesn't know how to handle situations very well. Are you staying out too late trying to control your kids? Are your kids dancing in the woods? Are your kids out getting in trouble? Then hire me as your babysitter to take care of your kids. Call 1-800-BABIES for more information.
Welcome back. So, Abigail, why did you think it was okay to have an affair with John?
Well, I thought that John loved me and he didn't want to be with Elizabeth anymore, so I thought it was okay.
So, because you thought he didn't love her and he loved you instead, you think that's okay?
Yeah.
So John, what was your incentive to cheat on your wife?
I thought my marriage with my wife Elizabeth was coming to an end. I regret my actions deeply, and I realized it was wrong, but I thought it was right at the same time.
So out of everybody, why did you choose Abigail?
Her working for us, our connection just grew so strong, it felt right.
That's sweet. So Elizabeth, what do you have to say about John having an affair with Abigail?
Well, I blame myself for all of this, and I think that I should have been a better wife to keep that from happening.
So John, what are you going to do to make it up to Elizabeth for cheating on her?
I'm going to try my hardest to be the best possible husband I can be. I'm going to prove to Elizabeth how much I love her and show that I know what I did was wrong, but would do anything to make it up to her.
Do you think your marriage is going to work out?
I believe so.
Elizabeth?
I hope so.
So Abigail, how do you feel now that John just led you on and he made you feel like he loved you and then now he's just done with you?
Well, I feel abandoned and lied to. John doesn't love Elizabeth as much as he says, so I want a revenge on him and for leading me on and hurting me.
If your cows are running loose, then get yourself some high quality fence. It'll keep your cows together. It's made of barbed wire to ensure a safe keeping of your cows. To get yours today, call 1-800-COW-FENCE.
So before we go tonight, I want to get Elizabeth's opinion on, do you think there's any hope for Salem?
Well, there's no hope for Salem. Them little girls are lying and have made up everything. And the priests and pastors, they just keep believing them. So
Abigail, what do you have to say to that?
Well, we're not lying.
You're not lying?
No.
So everything you've said is the truth?
Yes.
So do you think there's any hope for Salem?
Yes.
Reverend Hale, do you think there's any hope for Salem?
There's a possibility, but we will not know till we find out if these girls are lying or not.
So Abigail, do you think that Elizabeth and John are going to last?
Well, I hope not, but at the rate that they're going now, I think they are.
Are you upset about that?
A little bit, but, you know, I've become to realize that it is what it is, and if he loves her, then I guess they're meant to be, even though he hurt me.
Okay. So that's it for tonight. Join us next week at 11 p.m. and we'll see you then. Mr. Jones, what do you have to say about the witch trials? How do you feel about the Salem witch trials?
Conspiracy theory.
Try adding some flowers from.
I don't know.
I can't read this!
Kindle your boobs.
How do you feel that she drank blood to try to kill your wife?
Elizabeth, hell.
Durr.
Silly Willy Dilly.